Is the W95 just another cheap Android TV box? Well, it's running the latest Amlogic S905W processor, which is based on the original S905, but has been tweaked a little bit and Amlogic have released Nougat for it. What this box has got going for it is that the fact that it's built by a company called BEELINK. In our experience, BEELINK are fantastic in terms of build quality, as well as producing some fantastic Android firmware, as well as providing excellent updates. So let's dive into this review and see what this W95 box. Too many cheap devices since then from BEELINK, but this W95 seems to be one of those devices that really stands out. It's really cheap. It's £19 for the 1GB RAM version, which comes with 8GB of storage, or about £22 or £23 for the 2GB of RAM with 16GB of onboard storage. Now that translates to about $30, I think. You can go out and check that for yourselves. But so far, this box has really been quite good for the money. So let's dive into the actual unboxing now. Let's see what you get for your money. So this is really nice packaging for a cheap TV box. It's not something I'm used to seeing. On the back here we've actually got all the specifications, and this device comes with 2GB of RAM, 16GB, there is a 1GB version of course. And overall, yeah, this packaging is really nice. It's really nice and bright, and I really like the actual design on the front. So let's open it up and let's see what we get. So here is the W95 TV box, and it comes in the same case as the BEELINK X2 as we showed before. Obviously we don't have the power button, but overall it's basically the same casing, and it's quite unique to BEELINK. I think I've not seen it on too many devices, this casing. We've got an instruction manual here, very pointless, just a piece of paper basically. There's not much going on here, just a video tutorial QR code on the back, and some more of this nice bright packaging. Really like that logo. And inside we've got this very, well, we've all seen these before, very basic IR remote. Nothing too amazing going on there. We've got HDMI cable, and yeah, that's alright. And we've got the EU power supply, fantastic. So yeah, overall, I think this packaging is really good. I'm really impressed by it. When we first turn on the W95, we're greeted with, well, what I can only assume is like a Windows 10 style loading screen. It's a bit slow. It's probably intended to do that. I'm not sure it's really needed actually, but there we go. It's just a little bit quirky, I guess. So welcome to the W95 launcher. It's actually not bad looking. It's quite nicely laid out. It's nice and bright. It's straightforward, to the point, and everything that you need is right here. Now, if we go to the settings, we can see, if we go to the about, we can see this is running Android Nougat 7.1.2, which is great. Now, so far, so good. Everything's running nice and smooth, and I've got absolutely no problems with this. The actual, browsing through the menus, seeing how it all works. It's not glitchy, it's not lagging. Everything's nice and quick and snappy, as I would expect it to be from this processor. As well as that, obviously, BEELINK have, from our experience, always go to town when producing their firmware. So as you can see, we've got our menu section here where it stores all our applications. You can also access that from the settings menu. If you go into there and you go into apps, it displays them all here quite nice and neatly. As well as that, if you want to maybe force shut down an app, you can, and all your usual settings maybe you're used to seeing in your Lollipop or Marshmallow or even KitKat are all in there. Just a little bit different layout, of course. Now, if we have a look, now we've had a few issues over the last couple of TV boxes we've been reviewing, and yes, it's exactly the same on this one. Now, for some reason, a lot of manufacturers have been compiling their firmware, but they've been missing out the actual taskbars, the task menus that we've all became very familiar with over the years with Android devices, being able to pull up these taskbars. Unfortunately, it's missing on this firmware. The only box we've actually managed to see it on is the TX9, which we actually done a review on just a few days ago, and it's actually present on there. But for some reason, a lot of the Nougat TV boxes we're seeing coming from China nowadays, it just doesn't seem to be on it for some reason. and I don't know what really the issue is. Maybe they're missing something out when compiling, or they just don't see any need for it, which is absolutely fine. I mean, it's not that big a deal really, but I do like to see it, because it can come in handy, especially, you know, force closing an app, and maybe you've got an issue with an app and you just need to shut it down really quickly. It's a bit more difficult without that task menu. But as we can see, we've got the settings menu here, and it's just our standard setting menu. Everything's running nicely. We can go to about there and see all the different options, and we can go up here and we can, yeah, and there we go. That's pretty much the launcher and how to access all your apps, etc. And yeah, it's nice and clean, it's nice and straightforward. You can add extra apps to the menu if you want to. Come out there, we're all used to this sort of setup where we add our applications, but there we go. So let's move on now to the gaming section, see how this box handles some games.